All right, guys. So here's the situation. We potentially have some bad weather coming, and I want to make sure my generator is working, and it's not working. My sister called me and told me that her generator wouldn't start. So, the ethanol fuels, they gunk up the lines, gunks up the carburetor. We're supposed to get the bad weather tonight. I don't have time to do the carburetor and everything, which I could do that another day. So hers was doing a little better than mine. It was actually starting and then shutting off. But to get it going, I asked her if she had the hose to let her use, because these are tri-fuels. We both have tri-fuel generators. So she said, yeah, she had the hose. So I'm glad I went over there. I was literally falling asleep, going to take a nap. And had she not called about her generator, I wouldn't have checked mine. So I went and checked mine, and mine won't start either. All it does is hadn't ran it in a while. That's all it does. Got the gas on right now. I turned it off because I thought I might have flooded from trying it so many times, and I thought I can get it to go like that. But I pulled the fuel filter and made sure I had flow and everything. The carburetor's downstream, so I know it has flow. It got the auto choke on it, and it's trying to do its thing. So what I'll have to do is take this carburetor off and clean it out, put it back on, and see if I can get it to go. That's probably what it is, because the last time I used it, I just shut it off with the button. You see I got the red flashing light now. And I didn't do what I normally do, which is shut it off with the fuel shut off and let it run out of gas, so that, it leaves everything dry and I don't have to worry about the ethanol fuel gunking it up like it is now. So hers was in a similar state, but not as bad as mine, because she's had hers running more recently than I've had mine running. So I took a propane tank over there, used her hose, and on these generators, this is built just like hers. I swear they're probably made in the same factory. It looks the same. Hers says Predator, mine says Westinghouse. Everything on it looks the same though, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we hooked up her hose and got it running on propane. I went to Harbor Freight to go buy a hose because I threw mine away over a year ago because I never used it. So I threw it away and now I need it. So I went to Harbor Freight and I bought this. Rushed up there because I don't like my stuff not being ready in case something happens. And I get the thing, it doesn't have a regulator on it. Hers has a regulator built into the hose, mine didn't. So now that's useless without the regulator. So if you got RV parts or you got access to an RV store, I'll show you how to deal with that so you can get the generator started. So I went in my box and got a regulator. I went ahead and got the regulator that has the little built-in gauges. I don't like to put these on customers' units because they normally have it on the braided line and it leaks at that line. This one, the ones that I buy, I get it with a real middle. It's into like a piece of metal, so that's better. So I got that. I'm using that one because I need to know when the tank gets low. I went and bought a 30-pound propane tank, and then I have to deal with how to get this to interface with the line. So what you do is you got to have a supply hose that's made for the regulator. You get that, and it's going to have a 1/2-inch flare on the end, okay? Then you take a 1/2-inch union, that's a double swivel. But I got all these different fittings because I work on all types of stuff. So I got a union out. These are union, 1/2-inch to 1/2-inch union. That allows me to interface with the Predator hose And we're doing all that just so we can have this big quick connect that interfaces with the generator. So now we could take this rig outside to the generator so that we can use propane to get it going. Let me put my little mount on so I can use two hands, guys, so we don't have such shaky camera work. All right, so let me get you set up here on a hands-free dealio so the video won't suck as bad. And this was the last one that they had in Harbor Freight. A lot of the times, guys, especially when the storms is coming, people run in there and buy those generators and then they take them back instead of just keeping them. They should just keep them because another storm can come and the lights can go out just because some idiot had too much to drink and he ran into a telephone pole. Lights can go out for all kinds of reasons. But anyway, so you see how we did that. Because when you go and you buy this hose out of Harbor Freight, they're typically readily available because they sell a lot of generators. Doesn't have a regulator on it though. But the one that comes with the generator has a regulator. All right. So this is easy peasy on this end because all we got to do, oh, look at that. That thing has a dent in it. Sold me a tank with a dent in it. Has a couple of dents in it. And I know I didn't do that because I carried it in the front seat. That dent is too big. Like that doesn't pass. Like in the RV world, I know about that stuff. They shouldn't sell that. I got that from Tractor Supply. It'll be going back to Tractor Supply, and I'll be getting one that doesn't have big dents. I don't know what they were doing with that to get big dents in it like that. So we're just screwing on our regulator here. Yeah, the vent. I'm looking for my vent, guys. You see right there? It's supposed to have a vent on it. Yeah, right here. There's our vent. The vent has to be facing down. So that's what I'm looking for. For my vent to be facing down. Okay. And now I got the quick connect on. You see that? Okay. And now I'm going to turn the gas on. Okay, and she's full. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's put the light on it. See, it's all the way in the green. The gas is full. Turn that all the way on. We're going to switch our generator over to propane. And then I'm going to reset it. I'm just going to turn it off and then turn it back on. Turn it back on. Let it go through its power on self-test. Now this line, and it's a lot of it, it's a 25-foot hose, but I'm not even going to uncoil it because I don't need to. It'll take a couple of tries to get it to go because it has a lot of air in the line. But we're going to use it on propane. We got that set to propane. We're just going to run over here and just turn our fuel off over here. It's going to reach down here. Doesn't matter. The switch is the switch. And I'm going to get it to run on this propane. It'll take it a few tries because it has to fill up the lines, the regulator, and everything. Once we get it running, I've never ran it on propane before, but battery's getting a little weak, but you know, I got a jump pack for that. I can just move my cord out of the way and I can put a jump pack on it. I got the charger charged up and everything. You know, I got it on the battery charger. Since I got a pedestal right here, my battery stays charged up pretty much all the time. Okay, so okay. Now she's getting primed up and she's getting ready to start. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna step over here so that I can talk to you, because the generator is real loud, you know. So I gotta let that run for a nice half hour, get the engine warmed up, get all the oil and stuff warmed up, and then I'll go back and try to get it to go on gas. You know, what'll happen is it's still gonna have a little bit of the propane fuel in the combustion chamber, and it's going to turn over and crank based on that. And hopefully that'll be just enough to kind of put some pressure on that carburetor to pull some, to get through the gunk, to get the fuel going. You know, if not, well, that's why I bought 2 tanks today and got them filled. So if not, I can run them on propane. But what I'm showing you is, if you got a tri-fuel generator and you only use it on gas, and you didn't do something right as far as taking care of it, taking the gas out of it, turning off the shut off, and your carburetor's gunked up and you really need to use it, you can put it on propane and it's gonna go ahead and run even though the carburetor's messed up, because it's using the regulator, not the carburetor, okay? And that'll get you going, get you out of a jam. Most people have, you know, a gas grill or RV or some kind of heater that runs off of propane. So most people have a propane tank, you know. If not, just do like I did. I mean, I had one, but I didn't have to, but I wanted to give that one to my sister so she can have a backup. Now, in her case, I did the same procedure and I was able to get it. I got to clean up in here. I was able to get hers going on the gas again, but like I said, hers, I was able to get it started for a little while on gas even before it just wouldn't stay. You know, it shut off on me and then I couldn't get it to go back again. So listen, guys, this is a nice little trick. And if you're thinking about buying a generator, get one that at least does gasoline and propane. The tri-fuels, they'll also use natural gas, but if you can't get a tri-fuel, at least get a bi-fuel, one that I'm messing with my bag up here, putting my stuff back in here. At least get one to where you can use this propane, man, because when that carburetor gets gunked up and you don't have time to take it to the shop so the guys can, you know, so-called, you know, fix it, you know, basically take the carburetor out. Maybe, you know, they call it shotgunning the carburetor. All they're doing is taking carb cleaner and spraying all through all the little capillary tubes of the carburetor, you know, little lines like that, but much smaller, that make up the carburetor, cleaning it out, and then, you know, getting you going, which is good, you know. Especially if you don't know how to do it or you don't want to do it. You know, pay those guys to do it. It don't cost that much. You know, they might charge you 50 or 60 bucks to do that. Some of them might charge you more. But get your generator running again. And that's the main thing. So the takeaway here is, when it's time to shut off your generator and you're done using it, use the fuel shut off and let it run out of fuel. You know what I'm saying? is cut the fuel off with the shutoff valve and let it turn off like that, and then shut it down as far as the buttons and the switches go. And that'll keep you from running into the issue that I have. I hadn't ran mine in a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months. I use the ethanol gas because that's mainly what we got. I should have been using straight gas with fuel stabilizer, but I wasn't, because that takes a lot more effort, and I wasn't doing that. I will probably do that from now on. Go to Walmart and get that ethanol-free gas, because they do sell it. But right here, to use the fuel shut off. Right now I got it off. You want to use that when it's time to cut it off when you're using gas. Now, I don't want to burn up my cover here. Like I said, I gotta let this run for a while. I'll come back out and see if I can use that trick to get it after the engine's nice and hot and running. It's been running for a while, to see if I can get it to get that carburetor to go. If not, I'll just have to tomorrow after church, I'll just have to work on it. All right, guys, so this has been running for a good half hour or so. Let's shut it off. All right, so like I said, if you got these generators that does these bi-fuels, tri-fuels, this is an easy way to kind of see what's going on with them. If you can get it to run on propane, there's nothing really wrong with the generator. It's probably going to be a fuel delivery issue. I've already looked at the fuel filter, pulled the line, and I know the fuel is running out of that. Okay, so what I hadn't done yet is I hadn't smelled the fuel yet. But like I said, I suspect we just got a smells good. Smells like good gas. I think I got stabilizer in here. I'm pretty good about that, putting fuel stabilizer in here. But I'm bad about using the ethanol fuel, which I shouldn't. I shouldn't do the ethanol fuel. So, all that varnish is probably in the carburetor. I used to work on generators in RVs, but it's such a pain. I stopped doing it. I don't like it, and I wasn't really great at it because I didn't do it a whole lot. So it took me longer than the guys that did it a whole lot. This thing has a solenoid on it, and it pulls that down so the fuel can flow through, and that's stuck. You're not gonna get any gas. So what I'll do now is, while it's all nice and hot, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna turn my gas off. Turn off my propane, and I'm going to switch this to gasoline. Okay. Come over here and verify that I have it to fuel on. And I've tested my valve already while I had the gas line off. It was flowing gas. I hit the valve, it stopped, hit it on, it came out. So that's good. I got good flow there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to start it. And it should start right up because of the leftover propane. And hopefully that'll be enough to get it to go. If not, I'll just be cleaning this carburetor out. Okay, so that's the rest of the propane running out. And we're going right back to our problem with fuel delivery. Now, another thing you can do is You know, you can shoot a little start and spray or whatever in there, carb cleaner or whatever, and you know, take the filter out, and you know. But we know the spark plug's good because the spark plug is being used to run the propane, you know. So we know the coils are good. You know, everything else is good. It's just a fuel delivery issue on the gasoline side. And all right, guys. So this is generator day to day. This generator, the one we had some clips on already, it needs fuel system maintenance on it. Carburetor's all gunked up. I got it to work off of propane, so I know the thing runs and everything. And then while I was in Harbor Freight to get the propane line for that one, because I threw the original one away after a couple of years of never using it, I saw they had these on sale. They had a few of them in there, and I chose this one because it was the inverter generator, but more, I don't really care about that much because that one's not. But this one was dual fuel, and I can see the value of, if you do mess yours up by leaving the gas in it and not shut using the, you know, the fuel valve to shut it off and everything, at least in a pinch you can run it off of propane even though the carburetor's messed up. So while you're waiting to get the carburetor fixed, you can still use the generator, which is what I ran into with that. So I was happy I had it. So I bought this one. This generator is going to be in the trailer. It's they call it a 5,000, but it's really just a 4,000 running watt generator. And it's even less when you're using propane. It's less power. See, basically 3,600 watts, which is the perfect amount to do a 30 amp camper. So that's why I'll be putting this on the truck when I run into these electrical issues with these campers and they got bad power or the power's out or whatever and I need to work on the electrical stuff. I could do that. Plus in the summertime, I can run the air conditioner. So without spending a bunch of money on a robust inverter, lithium battery setup. I got this thing for like $400, guys. This thing is normally like $1,200, but I got 60% off, 40% off the discounted price. Because somebody got this thing, probably used it a couple times, and then sent it back. So they send it through their little warehouse shop, verify it's working, and then they put these discounted prices on it. If nobody doesn't buy it, then they discount it some more. If nobody doesn't buy it, when the weekend approaches, they take 20% off. If nobody gets it on Friday, on Saturday, it's 30% off. If nobody doesn't get it on Saturday and it's still sitting in the store, they mark it down to 40% off. That's when you buy these on Sunday. Make sure you're the first one there Sunday morning while you're watching stuff. I never hear YouTubers talk about how to get these deals like this, but that's the deal when they have the as is stuff. Now you got like 10 or 15 days to make sure it works. So I just bought it today. I'm gonna make sure it works today. If it doesn't, you can take it back. But after the 10, 15 days, it's yours, you own it. Most of the time, these generators, they're okay. I got my sister one like that on a deal, like a 13,000 watt one, paid like $500 for the thing. So first thing I gotta do, put some oil in it, put some gas in it, and let's see if it runs. I'm using this, this is why I kept this thing. I was gonna get rid of it, but it's so handy. I had to do my dad's generator to get it straight. And this is generator, if you're wondering. But yeah, this little hand truck lift thing, super handy. And I'm gonna be putting that big one on it next, so I can work on the carburetor. All right, guys. So I just I just took a piece of 1/2 inch hose, added it to a funnel to make it easy to put the oil in here. It took only that much. It has some oil in it. They say that they drain them and everything, but apparently they don't drain all of it out, I guess. So now I'm gonna lower this down a little bit. So I can put the fuel in it. guess she's not happy. Put a little oil on it. I got some hydraulic fluid somewhere. Let's put a little oil on it.
Oh, you got it on your little lift thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got one like that?
No, this is a Harbor Freight Predator.
Oh, that's another Predator.
All right. So I had to go to the store to get some carb cleaner. Got this generator tore down. I had this one started and running the whole time. I didn't put a whole lot of fuel in it, and it's about empty, so that's probably why it's off now. So it's probably a shutdown due to low fuel, but it was running fine while I was here. So that's the new Predator we got. We bought that as is. Got it for real cheap, about 400 bucks. That's a Predator 5000. On this one, I have taken the carburetor off. This is a tri-fuel, but it's still the 457cc engine. So there's a lot of really good videos showing you how to take these off. A lot of people seem to use this setup. Not too different from the larger Predator generators and some of the Champion generators. This is a Chinese generator, I'm sure of it. And they probably just stick different people's names on it. So this one is a Westinghouse WGen 95 TFC because it's tri-fuel. Okay. So over here, this is what we got going on, guys. I have taken the carburetor apart and I'm cleaning it. So the problem I found with it was the main jet. The main jet had like a film over it, basically the ethanol stuff that had kind of solidified, and you could see through it still, but you can tell it was like looking through a piece of yellow glass or a yellow stone. So, oh, this didn't come with a straw. I went and got some of this carb cleaner. They normally have a straw on them. This doesn't have it. Let's get my gloves back on. So I'll show you me putting it back together since I didn't show the tear down of it. But okay, let's get gloved up here, guys, and I'm going to get back at it. It's really cold out here. My hands were freezing earlier. So I didn't get my Q-tips. I really want to get this thing all cleaned out. Dirt daubers had built the nest in there, and looks like they've been in here too. Get some of my picks, but the main parts is this, which it really helps to have that straw, kind of like the straw that's on the WD-40. I seen a guy start a generator with WD-40. I mean, it is a solvent, and I start to clean this with that because I didn't have any brake cleaner, but nah, that straw doesn't fit. But I went ahead and went to the store. It's a little smaller, kind of like this one that's on my coil penetrating lubricant. Yeah. That fits a lot better. Yeah. So we can, you know, I want to see the jet come out. Yep. And through this guy. Point it down. I see it come through the sides. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see it come out like that. I don't have the little cleaning tools that you would use to do this with properly. Like there's like these little wires that you could pass through the holes to make sure they're clean and whatnot, that they're cleared out. I took it to the big air compressor tank in the garage, and I just ran some compressed air through it, and that really cleared the clog that I had on this guy right here. Yeah, the compressed air. So now I'm just I just want to clean this thing out really well. Just want to make sure I got good flow through everything, and just get the carburetor cleaned out really well, you know? Even though where the dirt daubers are, they're just places for where the screws, the mounting screws are for this plastic part. I still want it clean. Yeah, that's what's in there. Phillips tip screw. But I want it all cleaned up, and then the little float needle looked pretty good. There's my O-ring, and I still got that O-ring there. The bowl surprisingly looked pretty good on the bowl. Didn't have too much varnish. The only problem I saw was just like the varnish settled right there from just the gasoline sitting in the bowl. Instead of me doing like I did for that one, let it run until it's all the way out, I got complacent and didn't do that. This goes on there somewhere. I gotta figure out where that goes. I took some pictures before I took this off, and I'm totally not above going back and watching YouTube videos. But yeah, this little black plastic thing, it was somewhere. Doesn't look like I broke anything, but let me get this thing put back together. I didn't really want to get cleaner on this O-ring. I was trying not to do that. Definitely didn't want to mess up this O-ring. Get this thing back together. Don't want this to come out, and I didn't really want it to get swollen up. I did order a new carburetor, just in case I couldn't fix this one. I went on to Westinghouse spare parts thing and ordered one. Gasket here for the bowl. Yeah, the ethanol fuel really does a number on the components for this stuff. In the video, they use a toothbrush to clean all this. I'm cold, and the carb cleaner hitting my hand is making me colder. All right, so Let's try to get this back together. Well, I can still remember how it goes back together, and this could be a lot cleaner. This gasket has like some kind of corrosion on it. I think I will put some WD-40 on that. Run it down the towel. Try to get that off. I didn't really want the carb cleaner on that. Put it back in. I'm gonna try to put you in a better position, guys. Give me a second here. All right. I'm gonna try to line this O-ring up, which I think I got some of that spray on it. It might have deformed it. Some plastic and rubber parts don't do so well with certain chemicals. So I think this part went in first like this. Can't really remember. And then I think, I don't know. I guess it's kind of important to get this right. Did that go like that? Or? Yeah, I think it probably go like that. Sorry, you can't see. I think it probably go like this. Yeah, it looks like it fits better like that. And then I have a, it just takes a flathead screwdriver. Screw that in, and the guy said don't do it too tight. So just snug. That's all I'm doing. All right. And I think I already shot this stuff through here and everything. Yeah, I think all our passages are clear. Only thing I don't know is that little piece of plastic right there, but as I put this back together, I know it doesn't go on the inside here, so that's fine. All these other passages seem to be fine. So the float, they did tell me not to get this on the rubber part of the float needle. So the float went right there, and it had this little pin in it. So we'll put that back on. Just line that up. Okay. Of course, the gasket's trying to come back off on me. I want the gasket to be in there correctly. Seems to have stretched. I had this problem on another device. Okay, that's kind of, so I can just kind of halfway get it in there good. All right, then this This one on top. You were supposed to pay attention how you took this off. I know that it goes kind of like this way because I remember draining the fuel out of it. That's that O-ring. Where did that O-ring come from? There's an O-ring right here. Where did that other O-ring come from? If that one is here, where did that one come from? I remember when I first took something off, that one fell from somewhere. I don't know where it fell from. Oh, maybe out of the top part. Okay. Maybe. Maybe, guys. I don't know. Figuring it out as I go along. You know? Maybe it was in there. Don't think it was anywhere in here. So, when this was on the generator, I know that this part was facing the HUAY, Howie, whatever. It was facing that because I remember draining the fuel. So I had to put this thing in a vise to get this thing out to start with. So there's a that O-ring goes here. It goes around. This is it shuts the fuel off, that solenoid, and that's where that other O-ring was. Just lucky for me, it was stuck because of the sticky fuel. It was stuck in here and it fell out over here instead of like on the floor or somewhere, or I would have had a problem. Okay, so I'll put this on. It was tight, bro. I could not hold it in my hand and tighten it, you know. And looks like it has a little port on it, like it's a banjo boat or something too. I'll spray that out. Has like a little port on the side. Make sure it's not clogged up. There's little ports on the side. All right. Okay, this is the last thing, and it might have broke. This little thing might be broken, bro. It almost looks like it might be broken from somewhere. This is the thing that holds the rod and the spring. What this thing does, I don't know, guys. Let that drain out. But I do know where this goes at now. I gotta stop and go back and look at my pictures to see where this little plastic piece was at. I have no idea where this came from. I was hoping it was just a zip tie holding a piece of this wire or something like that. I don't know. If it doesn't run, we know it has something to do with that then. Only place I see where that could be is like right around here. So, whatever. Just gotta roll with it, man. I've done a few different things since I've taken this apart, so I don't quite remember everything. That's why I take pictures and whatnot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that O-ring was for that guy. And it'll probably be better to go ahead and put this on now. A little easier. Had like some Allen bolts. That was this is something you could check too. They were saying like you could see if it's actuating or not. I think that was in there. I don't know. Maybe I need to fit it in there first. Yeah, it looks kind of big for that. I want my glove. The pieces of my glove to get caught in there. All right, so there's some Allen screws somewhere for this thing. This is the table I was working off of. Oh yeah, that thing that we can't figure out is just a wire tie. I see it right there. Those are the Allen screws right here for this thing. Yeah, this is real deal stuff, man. This is one of those swivel type dealios. Has the ball end on the hex. So I feel really good knowing that that really is just the zip tie, wire tie thing. It was probably, I took the whole part off instead of trying to disconnect the wire from the carburetor. I didn't want to mess with that stuff. These are in here pretty tight too, man. Like they're really tight. So my dad was out here watching me earlier. That's why I wasn't filming me taking it apart. Whenever he's out here watching me work on stuff, I just don't make the video. You know, just spend time with my dad. Okay, so, all right. Oh, okay. So as far as the bowl, like I remember how this was like facing. Like I know the hoses went that way, and that gasket is still on there. It didn't come off. And then there's another gasket that goes on the outside. I have those parts out here. So this just slides. Let's move this out of the way. This just slides right here. And then this big hose, because the thing also uses propane. This big stiff hose goes right here on that barb. And before I put it all the way on, it's just a little easier to go ahead and put it on now. Like I said, I'm showing you me putting it back together so you can figure out how to take it apart. I just watched some videos on YouTube on this particular model generator, something close. It wasn't this exact model, but it had this engine in it. All I could find was videos on the dual fuels, not the tri-fuel. And I watched those videos. to let's see how to do this. All right, so that hose is on. This is the main gas hose. I could not get that clamp to come off, and so I just had to pull it off with the hose. So it'll go back on the same way. I'll show you where this was at. Snake back through here, clips in back there. But right now, for this fuel hose, I just pinched it, pulled back the heat protected, and then just kind of pushed it on. That's all I could do. I got some hose pliers out here. These are pretty big hose pliers. They're the hose pliers. I had to use hose pliers to get this off. All right. But for this, yeah, I could not get this sucker. It's so embedded in there. I couldn't really get it to actually come off. So I just had to pull it off with the hose. Now it's being a little difficult, so I'll take it off now. Push the hose over the barb and see if I can get it to go on. It was a pain. It did not want to come off the hose. It didn't want to like slide down the hose over the barbed section. And it's been difficult right now as well. Like it's maxed out, but I really should have had something to replace it with, but I don't. I'm gonna get a little bit of WD to try to help it slide on a little better. Let me bring you guys down. I can get more room. Give a light. Get one of my lights. Hopefully that'll help it slide on the hose, and it did. A little WD-40. Okay. That actually worked out well. All right. So that's that hose. Looking over here, that electrical connection was made right here. It goes to this guy. Heard my tractor make a noise. Yeah, the key's off. All right. Of course, all the stuff has to get re-zip tied. But right now, we just want to put it back together and see if it runs. So this gets pushed all the way back. It hits that gasket, and there's a spring in this rod. Now this rod goes, it's like a hole or something. It goes like right there, and then there's like another little one. Yeah, this little spring. And I was using the needle nose pliers to put these in there and to get it out. It's a little hole that it goes into. All right, so you see right there and right there, that's what I was doing. I was putting that back. Got the choke. Starts off like this, closed, and it's electronic, so it moves by itself. All right, so what's next? What's next, guys? We got the fuel off right now. Let's get the little air cleaner things back on. So this is the first plate, and the studs for this go in here. So it goes like that, and then a couple of these nuts go on here, and there's one that goes on the back. These are 10 mils, these nuts, 10 millimeters. Get my electric ratchet. A little Milwaukee, no, I'll get my Mac. It has a reach on it, bro. It has a longer reach. And my 2 socket sets that I had out. It was the Koken, because of the nut grip feature that was not working on the smaller nuts. And then I had the snap-on out because there's one in the area that I couldn't get. So let's put the Kokens on because they're stubbier. And I'm going real easy so this can kind of go on straight. All right. The stud's pushing it off. All right, so there's another one that goes in the back. It goes back here. Yeah, dropped the nut, but it didn't go far. Let me find it. There it is. I see it. Use my Allen wrench to get it. It's back here. There it is. All right, got that. Okay, so these Koken nut grips, they're supposed to hold so where it doesn't fall out, you see. So when you got to get into a place like this, the nut doesn't fall out. And it works. That's why I bought them. They just skip size. They only use certain sizes over there in Japan, so they don't include them in their sets. So they skip a lot of sizes that they don't use. All right. So the next thing is the plate that holds the filter media, and that's the one that has the number 8 fasteners in it. And you know, they slide on this slides on those studs, kind of like so. Yeah, the hole's up there by the carb. And then it takes these number 8s. So, like I said, this Coke, they wasn't working coming off. Every nut was falling. I was like, man, what happened to the nut grip? It's supposed to grip them. But it does work going in. Now, I need a little extension. That's 3/8, so let's get a 3/8 extension. And then one of them, you can't use the extension on. It will help if you put the swivel on here too. See that control on that Mac tools, man? Easy to slow that baby down. And I'm gonna come to the bottom. This is one of the ones where, you know, you can benefit from a swivel or a wobble. All right. I don't want to get too crazy with it. I should have swivels. This one was at the bottom. I remember it. It was rusted. All it does is hold the plastic on. I mean, it doesn't have to be crazy tight. And this this thing uses like a time to take my Monjaro shot for diabetes. I need to check my blood sugar. I did eat though earlier. I took an hour late last week, so it's okay if it's 6 o'clock. I can take it at 7. I took it at 7 last week. All right. So then the filter media goes in. We can tell which one goes in first because it still has the grid pattern on it. So that one will go in first. And these filters are nice and clean. And then this one will go in second. And I can see the grid pattern from this part that was pressing against it. And then it has these little clips that kind of hold the top onto it. So line that up. And clip that down. Uh-oh, it fell out. Start over. It fell out, guys. Move the... I don't know, the choke can't move like that. Something's not right. The choke has to be able to move. Maybe this thing is upside down. Let's take it back out because the way it's on there, I don't know. That has to. This choke has to be able to move, bro. Oh. It can't move like that. This thing has to be able to move freely. Huh. Let's take this back apart, man. You should be able to move the choke. And it can't move because it's like jammed up against this thing. So something's not right. Yeah, something's not right. Let's get this back off. All right. Come on, bro. Gotta see it. There's that one. Phil. See, that's what I mean about like the nut grip feature is kind of doesn't work so well taking them off. There's a screw in here. Okay, so all right, guys. So we got a bit of an issue here because this choke gotta be able to move. So here's our number 10 at. Had it earlier. That's number 8 for this, because I'll use it. Let's see, that's the extension. That's the number 8. Oh, there it is over there. I see the number 10. Let me use the Snap-on 10. It's a little deeper. Piece back here. Okay, so what I did was I moved the choke all the way open because this kind of can only go one way. This has a bit of a movement to it. I can't imagine that this wouldn't be tied up against here because it's kind of forcing this back when it does that. So I guess I had the choke too far closed. I mean, you can run it without the filter in it. We could check it. I mean, it can't. I mean, it's hitting right there. It can't exactly close all the way. I used to see it doing this, like with the motor. I used to see the thing moving, and like with that plate right there, it can't open all the way. Let's see. Let's put some of these hoses on here. This hose goes right here. This goes in here. And this hose goes right here. And there's a clip for it. Oh, wait a minute. This thing's supposed to get a gasket. And it's a pretty thick gasket too, so that's probably a space that we need. There we go. That's the problem. That thing's supposed to have a gasket on it. And the gasket is thick enough that it probably is gonna give us the spacing that we need. All right, I saw where that one fell. So now we can get this off. This thing gets this gasket. This gasket right here. It goes right there. Before this goes on. It gets that gasket. Yeah, and that gives it the space that it needs. All right. I dropped a couple of nuts, so I gotta find those. But I'm gonna keep it rolling because I know where one is, so I can get the front two on. All right. Then there's another one in here. My fingers are really cold. Yeah, the temperature's really dropping. But I want to see this thing run. Yeah. Now it can move freely. Make sure. Yeah. Man, that's a tight tolerance. Just the thickness of that gasket made the difference in this being able to move and it not being able to move. All right. Let's start over with the, let me get that hose on. Let's get this hose on. Come on. These clamps are really bad. Like, they don't have really good spring tension in them. So they're really bad. I can put up some of this stuff just to get some stuff out of the way. It's a little easier for me. I tell you what, guys, I love having tools and being able to work on stuff. Never know what I got to do. Okay, mine looks good, but the spark arrestor in that one looks really clogged. I'll be taking a look at that. And I'm debating on if I'm getting rid of this fuel or not. Okay, so pretty sure this goes this way up. And now we can benefit from the extension and the number 8 nut drive socket, nut grip sockets. So pull that out. Use the old Koken. We can also benefit from using a wobble. A couple little tight spots. So extensions in here and a set of wobble extensions. Yeah, that's what I want. All right. The rusty one went to the bottom. Filter media up top for right now. Rusty one's at the bottom. Did it fall out? I felt it. heard it and I felt it. Felt the drop, bro. Where'd it go? Did it make it all the way over there? Yeah, drop and roll. Glad to get in the house where it's warm. On my trailer. That's on my trailer too. I got the diesel burner going in the tool trailer. And we got the new edition of the Predator 5000. So that's gonna be nice because I just gotta find like an aftermarket exhaust so that I can run the exhaust down the, through the floor or something. I want to be able to run the Jenny from inside the trailer without having to take it out. Okay, let's check the truck. Still can move freely. All right. Let's put the plate on. Hold it in place so that the what's the name doesn't fall again. Filter media. Okay. We can move these. Did it, guys. Get this extension. And there's a somewhere under here is another little nut. Now I got this up here with the tractor. I use the pallet forks, and that's how I'll be getting down too. So the fuel didn't smell bad, so I'll try to use it. I remember when I put it in here, I thought for sure I had fuel stabilizer in it. So, these are straps. I use a tree strap to lift this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. Gasoline. Turn the battery on. Just do a quick double check. Nice and stable on the table. I don't want this thing falling. All right. Give it a try. That was rough. Get it and put it back on there. Sounds a little rough. the needle jumped out. Like this, the rod that's supposed to, like, this thing was in here in such a way to where it was pretty hard to get out. And it's not staying in there now. I gotta see what's up with that. The rod's not staying in. That's why it's running so rough. I swore it was a hole that it had to go into. But I don't know, man. Is that other thing, was that other plastic part of it? That's what is having an issue right now. It's running, but it's running rough. So we fixed it. You know, it's the carburetor was the issue, but this. Take a look at that plastic piece. That I was talking about earlier. This little piece right here. I thought that maybe that is something where this goes in here or something. I don't know, it's running rough. Running really rough. Is that part of it? Does this somehow keep that from coming out? I'm trying to see if that's the case. I don't know, man. Let me gotta turn the camera off now and look at my pictures. But I took pictures before. I took this out and it didn't come out easy. It's like it had pressure on it. I almost had to like turn it to get it to come out. All right, guys, so I think I got it figured out. I went back and I looked at the pictures and I saw that the bar was under the plastic, not over it. And then as I was messing with it and remembering I had to twist it to get it out, there's a hole. You see? And the bar fits into a hole so it can't come out. So obviously that has something to do with how the thing idles, because it was running real rough when that was not on there. So now I'm gonna start it again and see how it does. And then maybe, since I know it runs and I think it's gonna run okay, I think maybe I'll, oh man, I think I took the tractor keys back. I was gonna hit the tractor and sit it on the ground and take it back home. But I think I bought the truck keys and not the tractor keys. So let's see. We'll just give it a try and see if it's running a lot nicer. Turn on the battery. Let's put the battery cover back on it. And oh, but let me put this nut back on there because that thing was rattling a lot. There's a flashlight back up. Put that nut back there where it's supposed to go at. It does do something. And then also, I dropped it again because my hands are super cold. I got the gloves on, and so I'll take the gloves off and get this started. I'll go get my power ratchet, finish it up. That's one with the 10 mil, 8, 9, 10. Get my ratchet back. Now, better. Stable. All right, guys, so we got both of our generators running. That's good. This one for the tool trailer, that one for the house, and I'll let that run for a while. I'll go get the tractor keys and get this thing loaded back onto the forks. Take it back home where it goes.